is an escalation clause? Stick around. In this video I'm going to tell you all about them, when you need to use them, and a few pros and cons. Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. I'm Tina Branch, a local realtor here in Baldwin County, Alabama. If you're new to my channel, please consider hitting the subscribe button and the bell notification down below so you'll be notified anytime I post a new video. And if you want to know about Baldwin County real estate, this is the channel to follow. In this video, we're going to talk about what an escalation clause is, when you might need to use one, and the pros and cons to using an escalation clause. An escalation clause can be added to your offer that you have placed on a home. The clause will escalate your offer to beat a competitive offer. So if you place an offer on a home and you have been informed that there's multiple offers on the home, you might consider adding an escalation clause to your offer. When you're in a multiple offer situation, adding the escalation clause could sound something like this. You place your offer, say the house is listed at $300,000. You place an offer, $300,000. Then you add the escalation clause to say that you will pay $10,000 more than any competitive offer that comes in up to a certain cap. And you can put it $350,000 if that's the cap that you want to add. This is a much more competitive way to compete for a home instead of just submitting your highest and best offer. For example, if you're told there's multiple offers on a home, the house is listed at $300,000, you automatically put in an offer at highest and best at $350,000. Well, you might not have had to have done that if you had just done the escalation clause in $10,000 increments. Because what happens if the other highest offer happened to be $320,000 and you paid $350,000 instead of just adding the escalation clause of $10,000 increments, then you would have been at $330,000. Let's talk about some of the pros of adding an escalation clause to your offer. The first pro is it makes your offer look more attractive to the seller. They understand that you are serious about purchasing the home and you really want the home to show that you will continue to increase your purchase power throughout the offer process. The second pro, you will not overpay for the house by a large amount of money. If you're increasing your escalation clause in $5,000 increments or $1,000 increments, that is still only increasing it a minimum amount instead of putting in a counter offer of $50,000 more. The third advantage of using an escalation clause is it gives the buyers peace of mind that they did their absolute best to get the home that they wanted. They have shown the seller that they are willing to continue to increase what they will pay for the home to beat out someone else. There are a few cons also, however, to using the escalation clause. The first con would be that you automatically show your hand of what you're willing to pay for this house. The seller could reject your escalation clause, counter back at your cap amount, and move forward from there. I have not seen that happen yet, but it could. Another drawback about an escalation clause is it may cause problems with a home appraisal. If you're doing a loan, the home is going to have to appraise at the value of your loan. So therefore, if you do an escalation clause and exceed that amount, you may have won the bidding war. However, you will not be able to purchase the house unless you have cash to pay the difference. So let's talk about what exactly is in the Baldwin County escalation clause. In the first section of the escalation terms on the escalation clause, you're going to put in the amount that your offer will automatically increase by when the seller receives a competing offer that matches or is higher than your offer. In the second part of that same section, you're going to put in your cap of what not to exceed as the purchase price of the home. The seller does have to provide you proof that they actually received another offer. It's not like they can just say, oh yeah, we have another offer, so we're going to take yours to your max. No, it's not how it works. They have to show you proof. In the second section of our escalation clause, you're going to specify how this escalation amount will be added to the sales price in the contract. You can choose if the loan amount provided for this offer shall remain the same and the buyer shall pay an increase in cash at the time of settlement, or the down payment amount provided in this offer shall remain the same and an increase shall be added to the loan amount. However, keep in mind that affects appraisal value. You can choose the loan amount provided for in this offer shall automatically increase to be a percentage of the new sales price of the property, or the loan amount shall not exceed a certain amount and the buyer shall pay any amount above the increase in sales price which is not included in the loan amount in cash at the time of settlement. So you have 4 different options of how you can add this into the offer. In some situations, you can have both parties who are submitting offers on a home also submit escalation clauses. And actually, this happened to me this week. I have a buyer who's interested in a home. We placed an offer. It was day 1 on the market. We heard a few hours later there was another offer coming in. So we decided to submit an escalation clause. I won't provide you with the exact numbers of this offer, so let me change the numbers and give you the scenario. For example, let's compare it to this. If the escalation clause was to increase by $20,000 to $250,000 was the cap, the competing offer that came in was to increase by $5,000 up until $240,000. So our offer beat out the competing escalation clause by $10,000. The bottom line is, if you are in a situation where you know there are multiple offers on a home, an escalation clause may be your best route to go instead of just submitting a highest and best offer. You need to talk to your real estate agent about what strategy is best for you to use, and you need to talk to your lender if you're getting a mortgage to make sure that you have the financial backing to go up to your cap amount. I hope this video helped you understand a little bit more about what an escalation clause is and when you should use one. If you have any questions, please don't hesitate to reach out to me. I will see you all next week.